Do you need cash? Do you want to consolidate debt? Premier Credit can help. They provide quick and confidential loans for any reason. Their service is same day and most loans are approved within minutes. You can apply in person or by the phone. Their experienced and knowledgeable loan professionals will leave you feeling confident that your loan is being properly handled in a secure manner. Premier Credit can be reached at 225-667-8100, or you can email WeSayYes@premiercredit.com, or stop by and spin the wheel at 139 Del Norte Avenue in Denham Springs. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and are a proud sponsor of Local Leaders, the podcast.
Hi, it's Tricia Johnston, residential realtor with Ladder & Blum with your real estate tip of the week. Sometimes buyers ask me why they should speak with a lender before we start looking at houses. Besides getting pre-approved, you'll want to discuss how much you want your monthly payment to be. That'll make sure you're only looking at houses that'll give you a monthly payment that you feel comfortable with. You'll also want to discuss the various loan programs available. It'll depend on how much of a down payment you have, or you may want to take advantage of 100% financing. There are several loan programs that offer that. You can also discuss whether or not you qualify for bond money. The type of loan program you decide on can affect what area and price range you should be looking in. Buying a home is not only exciting, it's also a big financial investment. Your lender and realtor should serve as your partners, helping guide you with their knowledge, experience, and expertise so you can make the right decisions every step of the way. I'm Tricia Johnston with Ladder & Blum. If I can help you with anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I'll be back here next week with another real estate tip for you.
Today we have a guest whose business offers a unique perspective in relation to businesses that were hit hard during the early stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. We're going to sit down with Kim Hodgin and discuss all of her natural skincare products and find out what you did, Kim, to navigate those challenges. We're also going to go into a lot of detail about all your different products that you have and that you offer. These are all natural products, and the name of the company is Kimberly Bees All Natural. So with that, welcome, Kim, to Local Leaders, the podcast.
Glad to be here. So glad y'all are having me.
So I want to discuss everything about all your great all natural products. But first, I got to know, how did you come up with the name Kimberly Bees All Natural?
So we have bees. It was a hobby that my boyfriend wanted to get into. And we started using the honey, and I started researching what you could do with the byproducts of the honey. So my name's Kimberly. So it was kind of just...
Yeah, that was kind of a natural transition.
It was kind of a natural transition that it was all natural products. We have the bees, Kimberly's. Shoved it all together, and there's the name.
It's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
But a pretty cool name. And so y'all were when you say you got into bees, it's interesting. I have several friends who are, I guess, beekeepers as a hobby. And I'm like, wow, I don't like bees very much.
It's so funny because you go through your whole life of being scared of bees and they're going to sting you. But John does AC work, and that's all he does.
Right.
So he was looking for a hobby.
Okay.
Just something to not be AC work.
Yeah.
So of course, I would take it and turn it into a business.
Sure, yeah. You're looking around like, how can we make money with this?
I'm fascinated
hobby?
by them, so.
Yeah, it's really an interesting deal, beekeeping. Like I said, I have many friends who do it, and I've been intrigued by it. So who knows? I may get some tips from y'all and
it's a great
stick some
hobby.
bees in the backyard and see if my neighbors get aggravated with me. I don't know if you can have neighbors if you do that.
I have neighbors. We have neighbors.
Really?
Yeah.
So you like live in a neighborhood and y'all do that?
We have neighbors.
Oh, wow.
Our bees are on. We have 2 lots that are next to each other, so it's not. We don't have close neighbors, but yeah, we have neighbors. They don't bother them.
Interesting.
They probably have great flowers because of it.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, there's a lot going on over there. So your business is skincare products.
Yes.
And they're all natural. My curiosity here is, okay, you're taking care of bees and all that, and then you come up with a business. But what led you into the natural skincare realm? What kind of got you there? And what are the advantages of natural skincare versus, I guess, chemically enhanced, maybe, skincare?
Right. So, long story short, when I guess it's probably about 4 years ago, I kind of went on a little health journey where I went for more natural, eating very clean, just taking care of myself in a better way.
Sure.
If it was processed, didn't really want to put it in my body. And that just spilled over into other aspects of my life.
Sure.
I started doing all natural makeup, just seeing where I could take those chemicals and processed items out of my everyday life.
Right.
So whenever we got bees, I was like, the beeswax, the honey, they're amazing for your skin.
Sure.
And then just kind of started playing with recipes, and there we go.
Yeah.
And to answer your question about why it's so much better for you to be all natural, skincare, your skin is your largest organ.
Yeah.
And we are not cautious enough about what we put on it, because that goes into your skin, your body.
Right.
So it would be better for you always to put something that's not created in a lab on your skin, where we don't know what's in it. There's chemicals you can't pronounce that you're putting on your skin that seeps into your body.
Yeah. Right.
So if you can pronounce all of my products, and there's less than 10 ingredients in every last one of my products.
Interesting. And, anytime you go on natural, natural is the best thing you can do anyway. Even, you mentioned dieting. The less preservatives you have in something, probably the better off you are. There's a lot of issues now health-wise with people that didn't exist before preservatives came into the mix. And look, I love a potato chip as much as the next guy. And I'm not the healthiest eater in the world by any means, but I am cognizant of what I'm putting in there. I don't drink a whole lot of Coke. As a matter of fact, I don't drink any. I try to stay away from things that are super processed, cereals and stuff like that are just full of all that sort of thing. So I can see kind of a natural progression for you. You must have had something in your mind where you were doing those diets and things like that and going all natural in that realm. And you were like, wow, I'd like to, come up with something where I can put this on my skin. And
it's
have
crazy
the same result.
Because I weighed 350 pounds at one time.
Wow. Okay.
And just taking all of the processed food and the preservatives out of my diet, I felt amazing. I'm off of every medicine that I've ever been on.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't I carry that over into my skincare? Why wouldn't I want to keep that feeling of being more natural?
Right.
You're not feeling like you have, we are so reliant on medications and the convenience of eating food that has been horribly processed.
Yeah.
But it's just a natural progression. Even with my cleaning supplies, I do the same thing. It's more natural.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's a big business now.
It is.
We're going to kind of get into that a little bit later. Tiffany Sicard with HomeKey Mortgage combines the experience and knowledge you need to make your mortgage loan a smooth stress-free process. Reach out to Tiffany for more information on the vast mortgage programs available in the Livingston Parish area. Tiffany Sicard of HomeKey Mortgage, a proud sponsor of Local Leaders, the podcast. But I do want to talk about the products that you do offer, because those are the kind of the bread and butter for you.
Yeah.
You have several different options for natural skincare. I want to take these one by one, kind of discuss them, and we're going to kind of segment these. So we want to start with your sugar scrubs. Tell me all about sugar scrubs.
So sugar scrubs are a natural exfoliant. So whenever we are moisturizing our skin, it's good to take that first layer of dead skin, it's kind of gross to say it, but off, so we can properly moisturize our body.
Sure.
So what my scrubs do, it's they have moisturizers in them. It's coconut oil, sugar, honey, and it's going to scrub that dead skin off, and that way your body's open to receive that moisturizer.
Wow. Okay. And so is this something similar to like a lotion that someone, like a hand lotion of some sort?
So the scrub is going to be an exfoliant.
Okay.
So if you've ever used like a pumice stone where it on your feet, it's going to be that same principle where it's going to get that dead skin off. So your body, your skin's ready to be moisturized and be fed.
Right. So it kind of opens up the pores.
It opens up the pores.
Gotcha.
And it's just a good base if you're trying to get your skin soft and to look younger.
Yeah. Everybody wants to look younger.
Right?
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. So you have those sugar scrubs, and how'd you come up with that name? What gave you that?
The sugar scrubs, like individually.
Yeah, just in general, is it known as sugar scrub across the market pretty much?
Yeah. So us as women, we know things as a sugar scrub. You know, we use that. They do salt scrubs. I don't prefer salt scrubs just because I don't feel like it is as effective.
Yeah.
We have been taught from early ages to exfoliate.
Right.
So it's something that's well known in the skincare.
Yeah.
line.
I probably need some exfoliation.
Well, I have some products if you want to exfoliate.
Yes, you do. Okay, so we're going to move beyond exfoliating right now.
Right.
And we're going to go to your body butter. Tell me about that.
So my body butters are based with African pure shea butter, beeswax, coconut oil, almond oil, and whatever fragrance I put in. So I try and keep my fragrances fairly natural. I don't want anything that's created in a lab. If it's not in a naturally occurring fragrance, it's not gonna be one of my products.
Gotcha.
But the shea butter, and for women that are used to using moisturizers, shea butter is the best moisturizer that you can use. It comes from a plant in Africa, and these women grow. This is what they do.
Yeah.
They extract it, and it's this amazing butter that melts when you touch it. It's amazing. To feel it is to love it.
So what do you do with it?
So the process for making a body butter is I take everything and melt it down to where it's a liquid state. That's the beeswax, the shea butter, the coconut oil, the honey. It's all, well, I don't put the honey in at that point. It's all melted down to a liquid state. And then you chill it. Gotcha. And then you add your honeys and your fragrance, and it gets whipped with an actual mixer. Okay. Until it gets the air in it, and it makes it nice and fluffy, where it doesn't feel as heavy as, just slapping shea butter on your body. Right. And it changes the chemistry in it, where it's it goes from being this dark gray to this light, beautiful yellow with the beeswax in it. Right. I don't add any artificial colors in it. It's going to be the color of beeswax and shea butter. Gotcha. And depending on what the bees have been eating, their beeswax can have a more yellow or a more white tint to it. So it's like the product is always either going to be yellow or white, but different varying levels of it. Gotcha. It's fairly fascinating.
So you definitely love it, I can tell. So, and someone, like, what would you do with it from my perspective? Like, what are the benefits to me using that product?
It takes way less to use, way less to moisturize with a body butter than it does, say, a lotion that you get from Walmart. And it lasts.
Gotcha.
You know, sometimes when you use that lotion and you wash your hands, which we're all doing a ton of right now.
Yeah. It'll dry your skin out.
It dries your skin out horribly. So what we do is when you have that lotion, you wash your hands, you get a slimy feeling on your hands. It's just the chemicals.
Sure.
But with the shea butter and the beeswax, it really soaks into your skin. It's going to go on a little oily at first, but it soaks in and then it lasts.
Yeah.
So you're not reapplying 50 million times a day because you've used hand sanitizer. It's great for problem areas that are super dry, like your elbows and your feet.
Sure.
My favorite thing to do is on my feet is to do a scrub, then lather it up with body butter, put some socks on, and your feet will feel amazing.
Yeah.
The next morning.
Awesome. You know, an interesting thing is, in my business, you know, I'm an outside sales rep for a paint company when I'm not doing this. And so, but I grew up in the paint business, and what we do is customers will come in and we'll match colors for them and things like, we probably wash our hands literally 400 times a day. So I had a lot of problems before I started using lotions and things like that with my hands. It would literally crack around my knuckles because I was washing them so many times, just totally drying my skin out.
So a great thing, I'm glad you mentioned that. John, my boyfriend, he does AC work.
Yeah.
And he works with his hand continuously.
Sure.
And the tips of his fingers would literally crack open just from being so dry, just overworked.
Yeah.
And we'll put the body butter on, put a pair of gloves on, sleep in them.
Yeah.
It takes away the pain because it hurts when your skin's that dry.
Yeah. It ain't fun by any means.
No, it's not.
So interesting thing there. Now we're going to talk about something for the dudes here a little bit because some of these things the guys will be like, body butter, what? So trust me, they're good products, and if you try them, you'll like them. But there is something that kind of caters, you know, specifically towards guys that you offer, and that's beard oil.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So
big thing right now, and it is No Shave November.
It is No Shave November. So the beard oil, it's from a guy's just going, you don't have anything for guys? When I would be at a show. And I'm like,
yeah.
So, and I had been asked a couple of times to do a beard balm or a beard oil. And the beard balm is more of it shapes it. So the guys were looking for something to moisturize.
Sure.
Well, I have all of these oils that I always have. So I started playing around with argan oil, which is amazing for your hair. It's one of the best things to put on your hair.
I don't know that.
You didn't. You are good.
Yeah, I'm good.
But there's women that use it on their hair to keep it from the end splitting.
Yeah.
So I started playing around with argan oil and vitamin E oil, these amazing all natural oils, and threw some fragrances in there, some manly fragrances. It's frankincense, it has cedarwood, lavender, it has rosemary in it. Just a ton of, it's my blend, and it moisturizes the hair so it doesn't feel so brittle. So
Gotcha.
just nice for us ladies.
Sure.
If we are near you, it doesn't smell.
Yeah.
It has a great scent and it's soft. And hair grows better when it's taken care of.
Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. So, men, there is some stuff
there is
on
something
this
for you.
podcast just for you. So you mentioned balms, and you have some different balms.
Yes.
Tell me about those.
So my first product was a lip balm. And the reason why I started growing, I love to grow my own herbs, and I grow aloe, and I grow any herb, basil, lemon balm, which is in the mint family.
Yeah.
So I kind of started researching it. And lemon balm is a natural antiviral and antibacterial, as well as honey. So gosh, you put those two together, you're going to have this powerhouse of antiviral and antibacterial that you can put on your skin.
Yeah.
Why do I need Neosporin anymore? Let me play with this.
Right.
So researching it, we found out that lemon balm is a natural treatment for cold sores and fever blisters. If you didn't know that, it's in the mint family, so it grows like mint. So I started infusing my own oils and came up with this "Don't Give Me Lip Balm" is my and
That's cool.
I seriously put it on everything. We put it on fever blisters, cold sores, acne, burns. I can burn myself.
Yeah.
Put some on there because I'm always cooking.
Yeah.
By the end of the day, it's not even hurting.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know if you know this about honey. It's great to treat wounds.
I did not know that.
You did not know that?
I did not know that.
It's and now once you heat it to a certain point, it loses its it loses a lot of its good stuff. So it's better to keep it in its raw form.
Sure.
So I came up with this lip balm. We're putting it on fever blisters, acne, burns, and people are just going crazy for it. And I'm thinking, well, let's go from here.
Yeah.
So it kind of just bled into other things, but it was my first product.
Interesting. So that was your very first product that you came up with.
Very first product. And my dear friend gave me that cute little cheeky name of "Don't Give Me a Lip Balm."
I love it.
Don't give me lip balm.
I love it. Yeah, because and if you don't know, I mean, if I were to burn myself and my wife chasing me with lip balm, I'd be like, "What are you doing?"
So right. So
I don't need that.
It comes in 2 containers. I have it in a little tin that's like 2 ounces of it.
Yeah.
So you can use it as more of a skin healing property where you can put a amount of it on your skin. And then I have it in a chapstick.
So it's kind of an all-natural Neosporin.
It is an all-natural Neosporin.
Gotcha.
And that is really what we use it for.
Interesting.
And it's great for your lips, too.
Yeah.
It's moisturizing. It holds. It tastes great.
It's
got honey and lemon in it. I mean,
yeah.
Those are not bad things.
Hard to beat.
No.
Hard to beat. That's a good combination. So you even have also a no-itch cream.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Okay, so my anti-itch cream, it's actually named after my dog, Bixby.
Oh,
All of
cute.
my products are named either after dogs, kids, or my mom.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of catchy little names.
Sure.
But again, just trying to find something that doesn't have the steroids in it to put on your skin.
BJ Pawn and Gun has been servicing the Livingston Parish community since 1990. If you need it, there's a good chance BJ Pawn has it. So go see them in Denham Springs. They're a proud sponsor of Local Leaders, the podcast.
And just me being more all-natural, holistic approach to taking care of itches and burns and, skin stuff. So I started researching things that would soothe the skin, pull out toxins, and I started playing with the ingredients. And I came up with an anti-itch cream, which is made with bentonite clay, which is a natural detoxifier. Mm-hmm. It's going to pull out whatever is causing you to itch. It's this amazing stuff. It's called bentonite clay, and research it. It's just amazing.
You're like a little scientist.
I am
it's like
a little
you're playing
scientist.
with all these things, and
it's so
what
fun
is this
for
gonna
me.
do?
Exactly. And then, trust me when I say that things have gone awry in the test kitchen at Kimberly's
sure.
Beef.
Yeah, I bet.
But I started playing with these with bentonite clay, and it has beeswax in there, so it's melting with your skin temperature. And then I don't know if you're familiar with tea tree oil and peppermint oil.
Yeah,
they're already used as an astringent, really, for your skin. And then it's got calendula, which is a flower, and chamomile, which is a soother. So it's just this blend of all these amazing natural detoxifiers and soothers. It's not going to be an instantaneous itch relief. It takes it a minute because it's, again, doesn't have the steroids and the cortisone cream, that a lab made.
Sure.
So it's going to take it a minute, but it will.
Yeah, the long-term results are better.
My daughter uses it on her eczema. We use it on bug bites, ant bites, and it's great because if you put it on a kid, it's not going to hurt them.
Right.
You don't have to worry about, your kid to prescription strength itch cream that came from the doctor and came from a lab.
Yeah.
So you have this natural, I don't know how great it would taste, but,
Yeah.
but it has a very earthy smell to it. Is the way to, because you can smell the clay in it.
Sure.
But it has that tea tree and that peppermint oil, which are just...
Yeah, hey, there's nothing wrong with that, and a kind of a great round out to your, your offerings there.
Yeah,
so you've got really a little bit of something for everybody.
Right. I just came out with a body wash.
Okay, tell me about that. I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
I did not, and I did my research. I did not know that.
So this past year, we have people that. I have a lady that I use her goat's milk soap that I love. But people want a body wash, something that, one, lathers, two, smells great, and they're not, again, putting tons of chemicals on their skin.
Right.
So a lot of times whenever you are using a natural soap, it's not going to lather like everybody's used to shampoo lathering and body wash, because there are great little chemicals in there that make it do that. Sure. You don't necessarily have to have a lather to be clean. Right. We're so used to it. Right. But I wanted to do something again using the raw honey that would, because it's amazing for your skin. You can do the research. It's just one of the best things you can put on your skin. Yeah. So again, me and my mad scientist started playing with a recipe with the raw honey, and I used Castile soap and started throwing like vitamin E oil and jojoba oil in there. And I came up with this orange honeysuckle body wash that I am not going to even say my guys use it. They love it. It's going to leave your skin feeling clean, moisturized. I have a friend that just uses it just strictly for shaving, just so she doesn't get razor bumps. Oh, it's just because it soothes the skin. It has, honey, again. So
does it lather?
It does. It actually lathers. Now, if you use it on a washcloth, you're going to take a little bit more. But if you put it on a natural loofah, it'll lather every single time.
Okay. And what if you just squirt it on your hands and
it will lather, but not to the extent it would if you use it on a loofah.
Gotcha.
It will. You just have to use a little bit more. So that's why I always recommend whenever you do use it to use it on a loofah or a poof, that we as women use, and men. Yeah. We don't use no poof. We got a rag in there. A funny little story is I have a great friend.
Give me a poof.
Yeah. I have a great friend that was like, I love the smell of peach. Can you blend me something? And I was like, okay, I'm not telling anybody that you want peach body wash. Yeah. But I made him one, and hopefully I'll have a new fragrance coming out in the spring.
Interesting.
In my body wash.
I'll have to check that out, because I do use body wash, but it's probably full of chemicals. There's no doubt about that.
You can flip my bottle over and go, oh gosh, I can read all of this.
Yeah. There's a benefit to that. So, okay, we're going to get into you got all these products, Kim, and holiday season is here. I mean, it's crazy. These people want gifts for their loved ones. So, do you do like gift baskets, stuff like that? You do.
I do gift baskets.
How did I know that?
You just know.
Tell me about that.
So, I will do customizable gift baskets, any size, any price range. Typically, my standard gift basket that you can pick up at a show is going to have a scrub, a body butter, and a chapstick in it. It just kind of gives you a little variety of my product.
Sure.
If you want one with the body wash and the anti-itch, I'll make it any way that you would like. But generally, people buy a scrub and a butter together. Yeah. So I have those already. Like I said, and now will fit any price range, but they're starting at about $30, and it's just pretty. It's already wrapped. You don't have to worry about it. It's great for teachers. I have a ton of teachers that get my products. Yeah. Because it's just easy. It's great. It's natural. It's local. So people are loving that. People like to give gifts that somebody put love into,
And local for all you listeners out there. We love local around here.
We love local. Local's the best.
That's awesome. So gift baskets folks and all those sorts of things you can get. We're going to tell you how in just a little while. William Waldrop of TWFG Insurance in Denham Springs can service all of your insurance needs. Offering auto, life, health, and commercial insurance, William Waldrop of TWFG Insurance is a proud supporter of Local Leaders, the podcast. Now, you have some different shows coming up, but before we get into all that, in the not so distant past, you had really nothing to look forward to in the way of shows. I'm curious, Kim, so your business, I would imagine a lot of it is based on the ability to go to these markets and these shows and these big events that are done on the weekends and, where you can push your products and things like that. In March, obviously, everybody knows what happened with COVID. What were your thoughts? Like, what went through your mind when it was, even beyond the stay-at-home order, when we kind of went into the stage where certain businesses were allowed to reopen, but your type of thing, people had no idea what to do. Yeah. So tell me about that.
So whenever the year started, I kind of went into the year being very proactive, seeing how many shows that I could get into. Let's just really get my name out there, get my product out there. So we're going into March, and I have 7 shows lined up. I'm so excited, making tons of product just so I have it. And then I went to the first show that I had in March, which is in Ponchatoula, and then it stopped.
Yeah,
they canceled everything.
Yeah,
and I was like, "What am I gonna do?"
Yeah.
Thankfully, I do have an online business.
Correct.
But if you're a local business and new, how do you get your name out there? So, you go onto Facebook and you go onto social media platforms just to try and promote, hey.
I would recommend a podcast, just saying.
Well, I should have done it in March, right?
That's right.
So it was just full on panic mode for me, where you have this, again, this is going to be great. We have these good shows coming up and then just nothing. So I kind of went in, I grow aloe vera. Mm-hmm. So, and beginning of COVID,
great product.
Hand sanitizer was hard to come by.
Oh yeah.
So
almost impossible.
I had everything to make hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
So I was like, supply and demand. So I went into making hand sanitizers. It was super hard to get any of my containers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was tough.
I used the BPA-free containers, but it was so hard to get anything. Mm-hmm. But I did kind of carry myself a little bit with my hand sanitizer and my body wash.
And not only hard to get those things, but get them in a reasonable price.
Oh,
the problem became, yes, and some of it was gouging, and then from my perspective, some of it was also, it was just the cost the manufacturers were having to pay. So it wasn't like they were getting this stuff at the same price they were getting it pre-COVID, and they were just marking it up, 200%. Their price went up 200%.
Yeah, and then
so
you have
everybody's expense went up because supply and demand. When you have no supply, the demand is
higher,
ultra high. Yeah. The price is going to jump. But you're exactly right. Hand sanitizer was where it's at for a little while there.
It was.
And thankfully, you were kind of set up to do that.
Yes. Thankfully, I have tons of aloe plants that are huge producers.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I'm that mindful to be that crazy plant lady.
Yeah.
But I used it, and I cranked out hand sanitizers. My sister is a paramedic. My other sister's a speech therapist. They couldn't get it.
Yeah.
And she was like, my sister called me and she said, all of my coworkers who are paramedics need hand sanitizer. Can you help? And I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it kind of went into that aspect of, it was a word of mouth.
Yeah.
Facebook, people, hey, I have hand sanitizer. Do you need it?
Mm-hmm.
And just would, as fast as I could make it, it would go.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know the feeling.
And my
on
body
that.
wash kind of took off too because people were just wanting to clean everything.
Sure. No doubt about it. But it had to, I'd imagine your shows were a big part of your revenue.
Oh my gosh.
That's
COVID hit me hard when it came to the potential to make money.
Yeah.
I mean, the summer months, I can't do a lot of outdoor shows just because my products are going to melt.
Right.
But
it's like you're selling snow cones.
exactly. So spring and fall are huge for me, spring, fall, and winter. But I mean, you go from having 7 shows to nothing.
Yeah, it's basically time to revamp and figure out a plan.
You do what you can.
Yeah.
And, thankfully that it's not my sole source of income or I would have been in trouble.
Yeah, there's no doubt
and
about it.
And for so many of my friends that are vendors, they lost a lot. Some people haven't recovered, and it's just
some people won't,
and they
recover.
They won't.
I mean, sadly. Well, and now thankfully things. Stephanie Berthelot and the crew at SR Enterprise can handle it all, from sheetrock to texture to paint. Give Stephanie a call at 504-432-9284. SR Enterprise, where they spread the paint and you spread the word. Things are far from normal, but they have come a mile since March, and so guess what? You have some shows coming up.
I am so excited.
I bet you are. These are, and I know we discussed you have like 3 coming up, major shows.
Huge.
Are these the first 3 you've had the opportunity?
Actually, last weekend was my first show since post-COVID craziness. And it was at Ponchatoula Trade Days. And it was so good to be out with customers and just see people kind of returning to somewhat a normal state.
It's important.
It was, and people were wanting to be out and wanting to spend money and wanting to shop.
How was the turnout?
The turnout was great.
Excellent.
I did better than I've ever done at that show, and I've done it. This is my 3rd one.
Really?
Doing in Ponchatoula.
So people are ready to get out.
They have a spring and a fall show, so I usually do both.
Gotcha.
And this was my 3rd one there. Did better than I have the other 2.
Fantastic. So tell me about the 3 you have. Tell us all about the 3 you have coming up.
The 3 big ones. So coming up, I have next weekend, I have Market at the Mill, which is in New Roads. Super excited about that one. Every show that I have the rest of the year is my first time being there.
Yeah.
So I am nervous and excited.
Sure.
So Market at the Mill is a 3-day event in New Roads.
Yeah.
They have it at the old mill there.
Okay.
And it's just
cute.
all these local craftsmen and vendors, and super excited about it. It starts Friday and it ends on Sunday of next week. So
what do you know the hours?
The hours are 9 to 5 every day. So
every day.
3-day shows
Sunday.
are a marathon for us, but they're great.
Sure.
You have your Friday people that are off, and then Saturday's huge.
Oh yeah.
And so
imagine.
I'm super excited about that one. And
Awesome.
then we have Thanksgiving weekend off. There's not really a whole lot of festivals going on, which I need the break because the next weekend I have 2 huge Christmas shows.
Yeah.
I know. How can I be in 2 places at one time? I can't.
I can't imagine.
So I have my amazing 20-year-old stepdaughter who is going to run one of my shows.
Okay.
She knows my products. She does a great job at it.
So what shows are those?
Those are Steinhauer Christmas Extravaganza in Covington.
Okay.
It's at Coquille Park.
Okay.
It's a 3-day event, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hours are 9 to 5 every day. It's it's an outdoor show, but it's covered. They have this big event tents, and all the booths are set up underneath. I think they have 500 vendors at this show.
Oh, wow.
So it is huge, and it's outside, so you're not having to worry about capacity with COVID stuff.
Right.
The same weekend, I also have Mistletoe Market, which
Huge show. Even I was familiar with Mistletoe.
See, right? If everybody's familiar with Mistletoe Market, it started at in Baton Rouge. It was started by moms that are small business owners.
Yeah.
It's been in business 21 years. They've been doing it.
Wow. And
it has just grown. So it's normally at Lamar Dixon Expo Center in Gonzales. But due to the crazy amount of hurricanes that we've had this year, and it being a shelter, they moved it to the Pontchartrain Center in Kenner.
Gotcha.
Which is a huge venue.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-day event. You can get tickets online. It's
I'll link it.
Oh yeah, you'll link it in there.
Yeah, I'll link it in there. Anything that you hear her talk about relative to the show's upcoming, just look in the comments section, and I will link all of that so it makes it easy for you, the viewer and listener, to click those links. And
so Mistletoe Market is this huge market that they normally have it's usually in November, but we had to play with the dates. They had to move it around a little bit because of COVID. It's at the Pontchartrain Center. It's going to be Saturday, 9 to 6, and Sundays, 10 to 5. And you can get VIP tickets and get there early and do shopping without all the crowds. You can be there at 8. And I am a VIP vendor, so I'll be offering some discounts for people that pay for the VIP process. So you can come and see me, and I'll give you 20% off.
20% off. I love it. Now, let me ask you, because people... I find myself, Kim, almost everything I do now, I check what the restrictions are. Do I have to wear a mask? What is it? What are the restrictions? Do people have to stay masked the whole time?
So with Mistletoe Market, they are so amazing with trying to accommodate everybody's comfort level.
Sure.
I mean, they're just such a great foundation. They give back to the community. It's a charity event. So their restrictions are there's only going to be 750 people allowed in the Pontchartrain Center at a time. Okay. So they're going to keep a head count of people coming in and out.
Sure.
Of course, we all know that during COVID, lines are just going to be part of it.
Right.
So that's why I'm telling you, if you can purchase tickets online ahead of time, you won't have to stand in those lines.
Yeah.
Mask will not be mandatory. Now you can wear them if that's your comfort level.
You can wear them.
If you're comfortable with wearing a mask,
wear it.
They're going to have all of the rows between the booths are 12 feet. There's nothing below 12 feet distance between, the walk paths. So you can social distance. Okay. There'll be hand sanitizer everywhere. As vendors, we can wear also mask at our comfort level.
Sure.
And some booths will not let you in if they don't have a mask.
Yeah.
But
that's
some don't.
Their comfort level.
It's that little section that they rent at those booths. Their little real estate. That's their store for 2 days. So they are going above and beyond. All the volunteers will be in mask. Washing stations, hand sanitizer everywhere. I always have hand sanitizer at my booth. All of my products
and you sell it.
And I sell it.
So you're covered both ways.
I'm covered. If you don't have that one in your purse, and trust me, I have a lemon and a lavender, and they're great for your skin.
So for those of you out there that, may want to make sure there's precautions, there are, and we just reviewed all of those. So feel safe
to go to see. Yes, it's very safe.
To go see these things.
Very safe. And just get out. People need to get out and shop.
Yeah, don't lock up. Don't lock up.
No, it's good for your mental health to get out.
So in addition to purchasing your products, through these shows and fairs and things like that you do, you have a website. We kind of talked about it earlier. I'm going to also link that in the description of this video. But, with regard to your website, can anybody anywhere in the world order off of this?
Absolutely.
And you'll ship it to Timbuktu?
I will ship it to Timbuktu if that's where you live. So all of my website, I will ship anywhere.
Okay. And all of the products we talked about, plus many, many more, are available on that website. So you can get those if you can't make it to the show, or you're just not comfortable going out to a show right now. You can. It ain't gonna stop you from getting these great products.
So also, as a side note, Mistletoe Market is also offering a virtual market.
Okay.
So you can look at their website. You're going to put the link in there.
Yeah.
It's going to start December the 12th and it's going to run through to December 23rd. So people that are really not comfortable getting out.
Or maybe you're just busy that weekend.
Or maybe you're just,
you know, but you still want to.
You can still get to experience the amazing vendors.
Yeah.
But not have to leave your home. So that's a great little side note that they are doing a virtual market as well.
So what is your number one product you sell?
My number one product that I sell, it's going to be a contest between my lip balm and my Mom's Be Merry fragrance, which was a little nod to my mom. I lost her 2.5 years ago. So it's this scent that I came up with, kind of my mad scientist. It's it was supposed to be a seasonal fragrance for Christmas last year, and then it's just stuck around because people love it. Yeah. It's a pear mint, which people kind of look at me and go, "What? Pear mint?" Just smell it. It's amazing. It's got dried mint in the scrub. It's just so refreshing, soothing. Those are my two best-selling products. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And body wash is coming up behind that.
Yeah.
It's really, people love it.
Yeah. You should get me a sample of that.
I need to get you a sample of that. I'll just bring you a whole bottle.
There you go. I love it. That's a great sample. All right. So, Kim, what we do on this show is we cover fun facts. We like to do that. I mean, you know, it's McHugh's favorite part of the show. He loves it. And so do I, because what it does is when I'm doing this research on great companies like yours, I familiarize myself with things and I'm like, wow, I did not know that. I did not know that. And I become smarter, Kim. I know that's hard to believe.
Right. I know. I thought you were the smartest person in Livingston Parish.
So did I, but
dang it.
Apparently not, because I learn things all the time. So Dane Arnold with Itradexchange has been enabling small business in the Livingston Parish area to save cash through his network of over 300 participating Livingston Parish businesses. Saving cash by trading services with other exchange members is what Itradexchange is all about. For more information, contact Dane Arnold at 225-205-3640 or visit itradexchange.biz. I did come up with some fun facts regarding your wheelhouse, I guess we could call it. So I'm gonna just discuss these, get your thoughts on those, and maybe I'll surprise you. Some of these you'll know. A couple of them you've already mentioned, interestingly enough. So first fun fact, over cleansing can cause breakouts. I knew that actually before I found the fun fact, but some people don't realize that you can actually overbathe, I guess you could say, or over scrub, or.
So your body is supposed to have a certain amount of oil.
Yeah.
To stay healthy.
Yeah.
So you're steady taking the oil out. Your skin's not going to be happy. It's going to react to that.
That's right. So
a huge misconception is people, my skin's oily. I don't need moisturizer. No, you do. You just need the right moisturizer.
Right. And here's an interesting just fact. You know, some people will get acne and they'll scrub the heck out of their forehead, let's say, because they think I'm getting the acne because there's dirt in my pores or something. It's causing
opening it up for more.
You're causing more breakouts. So there you go. You only learn that here.
So, a side note, the lip balm that I make is amazing for acne.
There you go.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first. Sun exposure causes 90% of premature aging.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting fact.
It is. Sunscreen so important.
And I'm for a bald-headed guy, I really should wear a hat more. I never do. I just think I look weird with a hat on. I don't know why.
It's okay. It's not every guy can pull it
Pretty
off.
vain, probably. But I'm like, this don't look right. So,
do you put sunscreen on your head?
I do not.
You don't?
I don't ever put sunscreen, period. And I'm a pretty fair-skinned guy.
Yeah.
I'm
how do you not burn?
Yeah, I do. But the interesting thing is I burn and then it kind of turns into a tan. But let me tell you, I go on the beach for like 3 hours and my shoulders will be like
blood red.
Cooked.
Oh, yeah. Do you know a great thing to put on that? My
lip balm. I knew it. Lip balm.
I'm telling you.
Speaking of lip balm, it's funny because you just led me into my next fact.
I didn't even know we were going there. So.
Lip balm was first invented in 1880.
Really?
Yeah,
See, I didn't know
it'd been
that.
earlier than that, actually. But 1880, some dude invented lip balm. Apparently, he mixed a bunch of stuff together and was like, I'm going to put this on my lips and see what happens.
That's so random. Why would you put that just on your lip? Right?
I don't know. Very
he was
weird.
Thinking, gosh, my lips are
cat.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Us mad scientists kind of are.
Yeah. Okay. The average age that the aging process begins.
In your 20s.
Correct. 20 years old. So by the time you're 20, you start aging pretty much.
So I say this all the time. By the time you're a late teenager, you need to have a skincare regimen. It's important.
Yeah.
Because you take care of your skin because it's going to be around.
Yeah.
You have the same skin. You don't get new skin.
No, you don't.
You can take care of it.
So interesting thing about the natural skincare business as an industry. Okay. How big is it? And how much has it boomed? We talked about that earlier, how it's going through a major boom right now. Here's your perspective on that. For the last 5 years, from mid-2015 to mid-2019, I guess that's 4 years, natural product revenue grew by 25% from $51 billion to $64 billion. So it's a huge industry. You would never think, but the all natural, I don't know if you call it a craze or the realization of that industry. I think
that's what it is. You know, people, I think at this time, people are more cognizant of taking care of yourself, taking care of our environment, taking care of yourself in the easiest way possible.
Yeah.
We're provided everything that we need to take care of ourselves.
Everything we need.
Everything.
So the body has a natural moisturizer. Did you know that? It's called lactic acid. And lactic acid aids in holding moisture into the skin. However, I've always hated lactic acid because when you run too much,
it builds up.
It builds up too much. And that's what causes, my thighs are killing me because I'm running a 5K and I really shouldn't be running this hard. And so that's what causes lactic acid buildup can actually cause soreness and aid.
Do you know what helps with that?
What? Lip balm?
I wish. Amino acids.
Amino acids, yeah.
If you take amino acids before.
Yeah.
It helps with that, break up that lactic acid that builds up.
There you go. I would have sworn you'd have said lip balm.
It does help too.
So anyway, lactic acid definitely aids in holding in moisture. The largest organ, you talked about this earlier, but the largest organ in the body is your skin. Actually spans 22 feet on average.
Isn't that crazy?
But what is the second largest? Liver.
Liver, really?
The liver is your second largest.
See, I
organ.
learned something today.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
Organ, yeah.
We want us all to learn. So soap, we've been talking about soap a little bit. Soap has actually been around 4,800 years in one form or another. So even 4,800 years ago, you wouldn't think about it, but people wanted to clean their body. Yeah, I would imagine.
Can you
imagine then it was kind of rough too.
Ooh, I'm sure they didn't use it like every day.
They had now. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it wasn't great. So, but you know what? I don't know if goat's milk soap. I mean, if they had all of those things, I'm sure they had great soap.
They probably did.
It was probably way better than it is now because we don't have 5,000 chemicals in it.
Well, that's right. Well, yours don't have 5,000 chemicals, does it?
Nope.
All right. So we talked about beards. Here's an interesting one for you, and especially since it's No Shave November, this is a great fact. Hans Langseth holds the world record for the longest beard ever grown. He set this in 1927, 17 feet 6 inches.
Did he wrap it around him?
He had to. He had to roll that thing up.
I bet he had it braided or in a ponytail.
But I mean, I could not, a 17-foot beard. That's like it's two and a little bit Shaquille O'Neal's. That's a lot of beard.
I love your measuring.
Yeah, that's how I measure everything.
By Shaquille O'Neal.
Look, when I go on job sites to measure paint, sometimes
that's 2 Shaquille O'Neals.
People say how much paint, and I'm looking at the wall and I'm thinking, how many basketball goals is that high, so that I can figure out the height.
I'm going to start using that as a measuring.
Yeah, there you go, Shaquille O'Neals. It's 2
How long
Shaquille
is that?
O'Neals.
It's 1 Shaquille O'Neal.
Look, yes, indeed. I was dating a girl in high school, and we went to the mall. No, her name was not Shaquille O'Neal, but we went to the mall, and Shaquille O'Neal was there. And my girlfriend at the time was like 4'11", and took a picture with him. And it was like a little child. That's to see this man in real life. And this is back when he was at LSU and young still, but he was that height. And I'll tell you what, it was like a baby and a grown man standing. It was crazy. I was like, that guy's huge, giant,
huge,
giant. How did we get on to Shaquille O'Neal? Look at this. BlakSheep Creative understands the importance of digital marketing and your return on your investment. It's their aim to provide professional web and graphic design services at a price point that smaller businesses and startups can afford. Get in touch with them on the web at BlakSheepCreative.com.
It's measuring.
Yes, I was. All right, Kim, tell all these good folks where they can find you on the web, and you've already told them about the shows. We're going to link back.
And then I have one more show that I forgot to mention.
Yes,
it's the second week in December. Mm-hmm. It's in Destrehan. Mm-hmm. It's a Shriners show. It's also a Christmas theme show. Yeah. It's put on by Steinhauer Productions out of Covington.
Okay.
So that one is the second weekend in December, and that's in Destrehan. So it's a great outdoor show.
Awesome.
So you can find me on Facebook under Kimberly's Bees All Natural. Tune in, like me, follow me. I do giveaways, and with the holidays coming up, you would have loved to get a gift basket or some body wash.
Look, for all you husbands out there, this is like a can't miss for your wife. You know, they love this kind of stuff.
We do love it.
And it's hard for us guys to figure out what you ladies like a lot of times. So this is a can't miss. It's
actually fairly simple what we want, but you know.
Yeah.
You can find me. I'm on Instagram as well. Kimberly's Bees All Natural, and my website, direct website where you can order by is Kimberly's Bees All Natural.
There you go. And I have a gift. Well, I have several gifts for you today. So this is a pretty cool box that I put them in. I'm getting so many gifts, I have to put them in boxes now. So the local leaders gift box, and when you open that up, I've got all kinds of neat little swag. I'm not going to pull all this out, but you got some local leaders cups here.
I love gifts. They're my favorite.
A bunch of Farrell Calhoun swag in there. I got a local leaders t-shirt in there.
Do you know the guy that runs Farrell
t-shirt? I do. So this is for you, and it's a convenient little holder. I'll just go ahead and give this to you. I'll probably leave it in the future because that was kind of a chore.
Thank you. I love
it. but there you go. That's for you.
We love giving gifts.
I would like to thank McHugh David, as always, for engineering this podcast. My guest for today, Kim of Kimberly Bees All Natural. Get her lip balm. Well, you know, we should, if you played a drinking game, we could do a shot every time you say lip balm. And it'd be on fire today.
Yeah. Or one of the two.
The Livingston Parish News for the space, and all you viewers and listeners for your support. Please follow me on all my social media and spread the word. I'd like to thank all my sponsors for this show as well. I could not do any of this without all of you. And if you're interested in sponsoring Local Leaders of Podcast or appearing on the show just like you, you can reach out and email me or call me, Jim@paintpodcast.com. Until next time, I am Jim Chapman, reminding you to love your community, support local business, and keep leading. Sporting Center in Denham Springs is your one-stop shop for team sports equipment, school uniforms, and promotional goods. Conveniently located next to the Antique Village since 1977. Sporting Center. Your business means everything to them because your name rides on everything they do.